And now, here on When I'm Not Podcasting, it's time for me to go and talk about someone I've talked about before. And what can I say? And some of you really do enjoy me talking about James Corden. Okay, we'll talk about him because he's back in the news again, like an idiot. If you might remember, a few months back, I talked about young James Corden, the host of the Late Late Show. I'm trying to look back at how far back it was I talked about him. He had his little spat with Bill Maher over fat shaming. And I played some of the clips going back to that. And, you know, it's like, what it was. Whatever. He got all upset. So if you want to go and look back for it, you can go ahead and look for yourself. It's on a previous episode of 2 episodes of When I'm Not Podcasting. I brought it up. So we'll leave that there. But what we have more importantly is Mr. Nice Guy in the same way that, you know, Ellen DeGeneres is the Mrs. Nice. Well, this is supposed to be Mr. Nice? Oh, I'm sorry. James Corden, you're no Craig Ferguson. Okay? You're just not. Craig Ferguson ran circles around you. Maybe I'm a little bitter. What can I say? Carpool karaoke? No, thanks. It's okay. It's okay. So this is from ccn.com. I don't know what site this is, but either which way, they mentioned that James Corden is about to get canceled. According to new reports, the late night talk show host, who has the image of being a nice guy in the industry, actually has one of the worst reputations in Hollywood. Because you know what? He probably has that nice guy syndrome, which I've talked about here on this program. When you're dating and you have a nice guy, then you think, oh, you're going to be the kind of person that's going to just make everybody happy, and you're going to make every woman feel like they're the best thing in the world, and you're going to make your fans feel the best in the world and fuzzy inside. No. According to new reports, the late night talk show host has one of the worst reputations in Hollywood. And he's been called out for it for years, specifically with the likes of Ricky Gervais. Latest reports suggest that Corden's about to be on the proverbial ropes. The chopping block of cancel culture, if you will. A few years ago, James Corden really thought he was going to go on to Reddit and do an Ask Me Anything to promote carpool karaoke. The plan backfired when James Corden, age 40, was attacked by fans on the thread who called him names such as rude, asshole, see you next Tuesday, and asked when former host Craig Ferguson we were returning to replace him on the Late Late Show. It appears as though James was only able to answer 3 questions before he and his team bowed out of the conversation, as he was brutally roasted with more than 700 comments, most of which were negative. Yeah, people do not like him. They don't really do. You know, we're all kind of miffed that Craig Ferguson was let go, or if he decided to stay. Whatever it wasn't right. In a recent interview, actor and comedian Eric Andre had plenty of harsh words for both Ellen DeGeneres and James Corden. Andre said that neither DeGeneres nor Corden are nice. In fact, Corden in particular is fucked if cancel culture comes for him. And here's what was said. That's that the rumor was that James Corden was going to take over Ellen's show. Ellen's show and Empire are awful. People, while Ellen might be a monster who treats people like scum, Corden isn't really any better. He's known for having a bad reputation behind the scenes and for trying to get the writers less pay. And with that said, in fairness to Corden, however, he previously admitted that he had behaved badly in the past. So I'd love to go and find out what it is that is going on, because it's obvious people are starting to talk about it. And I'm not sure what it is that actually started all this, but I am curious as to what actually happened. Now here's more about what the story was. Eric Andre spoke with Vanity Fair on October 22nd. He said this: "Boo-hoo, Ellen was mean. Who gives a shit? I never thought she was nice. She seems like she'd be like, fucking get me a coffee now. It's that was cancel culture's devolved to. Is that what it's devolved to? That guy's not nice. James Corden is fucked. And that's the only criteria to get called out." Eric has not been a guest on the Late Late Show, but he does host his own show and parodies other nighttime talk TV programs. Speaking to the New Yorker earlier this year, He spoke first about first finding fame post Gavin and Stacey. Oh, this is James Corden talking about it. And in the article, he reflected on that period, saying, "You could try and say, look, James, you're making him proud of yourself, but you can only do so much." In September, James got a taste of what cancel culture is after some One Direction fans attempted to cancel him on Twitter. Corden replied okay to a tweet requesting his show play unseen footage from the band's 2015 appearance. Fans reportedly tune in to expect new content or a One Direction band member to be on the show, but only a compilation of 2015 footage was shown. It was their anniversary, I think it was. That's what the whole deal was, and so they were screwed. So it's been stirring up for a little while now. With DeGeneres' backlash in full force, there's a change.org petition that circulated on social media. This is about a week ago when I put this out, gathering 100,000 signatures in support of having Audrey replace her. The Lion King voice actor co-signed the plea by retweeting the petition while sharing a mashup image of his and DeGeneres' face. Earlier this year, Corden confessed to The New Yorker that he had been going to therapy after fame went to his head. Quote, "I started to behave like a brat that I just don't think I am. It's so intoxicating, that first flush of fame. I think it's even more intoxicating if you're not bred for it." You know, what happened to the times when you had hosts that were actually nice? Because I really don't get some of the answers that are being put out here for certain people that have, get jobs these days, and who the corporate types decide to go and put on board to host programming. But again, it's network TV. There's not much you can actually answer about what's going on now. It's pretty shitty. Just saying it like that. I'll leave it there. We'll talk to you next time.